Everybody say yellow, yellow. Hello, this is Oriaku. Welcome back to the part 2 of my pregnancy series. You can guess from the color that I'm wearing today that it was a good trimester. Yeah, when you compare it to the drama and the traumatic experience of my first trimester. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, please do so now before you forget. So let's get right into it. For my second trimester, I remember my OB, tried to reassure me in my first trimester that most of the things, like most of the morning sickness, will kind of come down a bit once I enter my second trimester. At first, I thought she was just saying things to make me feel better, but it's happened the way she said it will happen. Immediately, I got into my second trimester. It's like all the morning sickness, all the throwing up, everything kind of vanished. So we'll get right into it. When I went back to my OB the next time, I had like an ultrasound done. And I remember the first and the second ultrasound that I had to do in my first trimester. In my first trimester, it wasn't really a pleasant one for me because I was in pain. I didn't really get to look at the ultrasound videos and all that. I was so out of it. But in my second trimester, I had like another ultrasound, and the tech printed out this for me. And it was so exciting because it feels so real, seeing your baby. Well, the baby hasn't really taken much shape like that, but you get what I mean. Like, it feels so real. It was quite exciting knowing that another whole human being is growing in my tummy. So let me talk about like the body changes. The one that everybody get to notice was I still haven't put on weight that time because if you remember, in my first trimester, I lost about 15 pounds. So I was still very lean and I was still wearing like, some of my old clothes. But in my second trimester, I had like this a little bit of tummy. So I couldn't wear some of my clothes except like my baggy shirts and maybe some of my husband's clothes. But I could still wear majority of my clothes because my tummy wasn't that big. It was just you could tell, okay, this person is pregnant, but you know that it's still the early stages of pregnancy. That Another thing again is I had this kind of renewed glow, like something was happening in me and it was evident in my face. I had this plumpness in my face, and people kept pointing it out. My husband would say, "You are glowing." My sister will be like, "You're glowing." I thought they were, just trying to make me feel better and all that. But I tried to take some pictures and I noticed that truly I was glowing. So I think, yeah. Another thing I noticed was I started having skin tags on my face. I checked online and I also asked my OB, and she said that it will go, most times it goes after pregnancy, like when you're done like after delivering, it will go with pregnancy. So I was like, oh, okay, it's not so bad. Then I noticed that my breasts got bigger and they feel fuller and tender to touch. The way your breast feels when you're in your period, and they feel tender, like when a cloth rubs against it, it feels, I don't know, it feels tender to touch. Then also my areolas got bigger. So areolas are like the brown skin around the nipple. They got big. Like, I think that one was surprising because I didn't know that could happen. I had no idea that could happen. Yeah, I was okay with the big boobs because who doesn't like big boobs? But then I saw one big round black stuff around my nipple. I was like, what the hell? In addition, I noticed that I started growing hair in weird places, places that I didn't know I could grow hair before. So the first place that I started growing hair that I didn't know hair could grow was my legs. I've always taken pride in my cute legs. I didn't have to shave, so slim, so tender. But this pregnancy, if you see hair on my leg, I look like a full-grown Igbo man. Like my hair, like it was hairy. Oh my goodness. I had to wax it because I just for the sake of my mental health, I had to wax it because I just couldn't bear to see it. I just couldn't. I was like, oh, so There are people that actually wax their legs. And it was painful. I think it's because I've not done it before. Maybe that's why it was so painful. Secondly was nipple. I had hairs around my nipple. Obviously, I still have to wax that one because it's not normal for me. It's not. So I think that's like the body changes I've seen so far in the second trimester. Then I noticed that um, my appetite, I my appetite, became improved. Like I could eat normal food. Like just today, I ate rice and stew. Unlike before where I couldn't eat anything, now I eat things like I'm hungry. I won't say my appetite is back to pregnancy appetite, but the improvement, like this is such a great, remarkable improvement because, and I feel like pregnancy changed my taste because things like cake that I couldn't live without, my husband got cake last night for me and I could barely finish it. Unlike me, that don't anybody that knows me knows I don't joke with cake. Now I can barely stand cake. So I feel like maybe pregnancy is, changing things about my appetite and all that. And earlier in my second trimester, I struggled with bitter taste. Even though I could eat a bit, I just had this bitter taste in my tongue. So anytime I want to eat food, I either have to eat apple or put something sweet in my mouth. Overall, I'll say like my appetite, has greatly improved, and I'm so thankful for that because I can even take water now, you know. And I remember in the first trimester, my OB advised me to just eat anything so far I can keep it down. That it doesn't matter, like this is not the time to worry about whether I'm eating balanced diet or not. That I should just eat anything. If it's only carbs that could go in, I should just keep eating carbs. Anything that can just stay in my tummy without coming up, I should just take it. But when I entered the second trimester, I started having more discussions with them about like safe foods that I could eat, healthy food. I was advised to take vegetables, fruits, you know, protein, to drink water to stay hydrated, to stay away from caffeine, soda, alcohol, because just discussing about safe foods I could eat, but otherwise I could eat pretty much every other thing I was eating. And I was advised that even though in pregnancy people say eat for two, that I should be mindful. I don't have to eat for two. I just need to eat enough and stay hydrated. At this stage, I also had like some ultrasound done. The second ultrasound I did, no, it wasn't an ultrasound. It was like a blood test for abnormalities. So when I went to my OB for an OB appointment, I was referred to the maternal clinic. And in that clinic, I had tests done for abnormalities, Down syndrome, extra chromosomes, and like abnormalities in children. And they asked about my family background, whether we had like things in my family or my husband's family that the baby could inherit and all that. In addition, I had what's this thing called? I had an anatomy scan. So this one, I had the scan in my 20th week. So the scan was to they checked like the baby's body parts, and they checked the baby body parts because I remember it took more time, and they were like, oh, everything is growing as it should be, that there's nothing to worry about. And that was also when they uh, you know discovered the gender. And I remember telling them, no, I don't want to know the gender, I don't want to know the gender. So the ultrasound tech put the gender of the baby in an envelope and gave us. So as at the time I'm making this video, I still don't know my baby's gender. So this is the envelope. I'm not so bothered about like the gender because this is the first baby. So boy or girl, I honestly don't care. Yeah, maybe if it were to be my second baby, I would have been like, oh, I want the opposite gender. But for now, I'm just so thankful. I just want anyone is fine, boy or girl. Anyone is welcome. Just be healthy and fine and be pretty. Boy or girl is fine. So we'll figure this one out in, on my baby showers day. So I think that's just it. Then, still about the symptoms. Back pain, Jesus Christ. Like the back pain I've dealt with is terrible. There's this pain like at my lower, like the pain starts from here, like the middle of my back, and goes down. And oh my goodness, I remember telling my OB about it, and she said, "Oh, it's expected. You're getting bigger, so it's expected." The problem with this back pain is it affects my sleep. It's like any day I have a good sleep is a good day because I can barely sleep. Everywhere hurts. My back, any way I turn hurts. And the worst part is when I manage to find a comfortable position, I have to get up 15 minutes later to pee because these days I pee up to 10 times every night. I'm peeing every 15 minutes. So even when I manage to find a comfortable position and I'm trying to sleep, next thing I'm waking up to pee. Next thing I'm waking up to pee. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm surprised I don't have eye bags. Honestly speaking, like I'm surprised because I barely sleep. Yeah. I guess there are like other things that cover up this insomnia because this, like I said, second trimester has been a fantastic month so far. Another symptom that I've experienced in this my second trimester is I get dizzy easily. There's this wave of dizziness that comes in, like maybe when I've stayed at a place for a long time. Maybe I'm making up, I'm doing my makeup, and I stay, like I sit down for a while, or I'm cooking, like, and it starts with shortness of breath. I told my OB about it, and they said, "Oh, that is okay." They did some tests for me. They did some blood work, and the test showed that I was anemic, and I needed some iron. So I got some iron pills, ferrous tablets, something iron pills that I'm taking in addition to my folic acid. Yeah, but so far second trimester has really been fantastic. you know I think it was the second trimester I was like, yay, I actually need to record this pregnancy. I started making TikToks. I started recording pictures of me dancing, dressing up, looking pretty, because I've always wanted to document my pregnancy. So now that I can, I just jumped into it. I tried to get videos and so many other things. And right now I'm planning my baby shower. I've always wanted to have a baby shower. I know some people don't really care about it, but I've always wanted to have a baby shower, so I'm going to have one. I did a bit of research and all that, so I'm going to uh you know do the decorations myself. I watched some videos, and the gender review box, I've already done it myself. I could have shown you, but I'm going to make a separate video for baby shower so you see it then. I've ordered some stuff from Shein for the decorations and the balloons and everything. We've sent out invitations to people. And my sister-in-law, my sister is coming, and our other friends. Yeah, so it's something I'm looking forward to. Yeah, so it will be fine. I know it's going to be a fantastic day. The next is I've drawn up a baby list, like a baby registry, for people that want to support us. Getting ready for a baby in America is quite expensive. So we are thankful and grateful for family members and friends that are supporting us through the baby registry and all that. Yeah, because it's a lot of things. I went to great lengths to research from moms and TikTok to find out what, like, things that are essentials and very important to get ready for baby. So things like clothes, baby bottles, and everything. But yeah, I think that's the thing with second trimester. A lot of things are happening. Jesus Christ. A lot of things are happening. Your body is changing. You are thinking of, oh, baby's coming. Your tummy is getting bigger. You have a baby shower to plan. For those that do gender review, they have to factor that in. Get ready for baby. is a whole lot of things, but so far so good. My second trimester has been fantastic. I think another good thing with second trimester is you get to feel your baby, because I remember the first time the baby kicked. It was 11 p.m. on a Thursday. Yeah, I was just on my phone scrolling. I felt a kick like this. It felt like this. My mind didn't register what just happened, so I was kind of frozen. Next was like right here. It was like I was like, ah! I was like, what's going on? I was like, oh my god, is that you, baby? And then I started crying. I started crying. Like it felt, I don't know, the feeling is indescribable. I felt this immeasurable joy, and it felt unreal, like something out of this world. I wish I could package, I could bottle the way I felt that exact moment and just keep it with me. I felt like a god. Like I have this in me. I felt untouchable. Like it's so I cried. Because I remember being impatient and asking the OB, how come I've not heard baby kick? He was like, don't worry about it. When baby kick, you will know. Because I checked online and all that, and I remember people saying it feels like flutters, it feels like this, it feels like that. And I was like, times when I feel like rumble in my tummy, I was like, is that baby kick? And I was worried. And I told my OB, I said, I've not, like, baby has not kicked though. Like, don't worry about this. When baby kick, you will know. And truly, when baby kicked, I knew. So yeah, second trimester is really big. But yeah, it's you can get anxious about a lot of things in this second trimester. Just a week ago, I was at the ER because I had this excruciating back pain coupled with abdominal pain, which was affecting my sleep. And I haven't felt baby kick in a while. It was like a decreased fetal movement. I called my OB's office, and they got back to me, and they said I have to go to the ER because that is not a good sign. So I went to the ER, and they did uh they took me up for, what's this thing called, for an ultrasound, and they also checked like on the fetal monitor, and they said baby's fine, and that I shouldn't worry, that they get that, as a first time mom, I'm anxious and everything. And they loved the fact that I came in, but I shouldn't worry, that baby's fine because I have an anterior placenta, and that is why I couldn't feel baby move. That baby's moving. They showed me on the screen. Baby was moving, but I couldn't feel it. So it kind of calmed me down and reassured me that everything was fine. I was also given a muscle relaxant for the back pain, but when I came back, I still, still took Tylenol and Unisom to be able to sleep at night. But so far, I've been in good health, and I'm so thankful for that. That's all I have to say for my second trimester. I have nothing to complain about. God has been so good to me this second trimester. So yeah. And my baby shower is next week Saturday. So I'm excited. Yeah, and I'm officially going into my third trimester too. So yeah, everything good happening at the same time. I'm so thankful. Like second trimester, no complaints. Thank you for staying this long till the end of this. And yeah, that is the end of the part two. That is the second trimester of my pregnancy series. Please, please, please. I know you want to know about the third trimester. So comment, share your own experience, subscribe. Okay? And till we meet again, stay cool.